Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Welcome to day 128 on the Appalachian Trail. I got dropped back off at the trailhead a little bit ago. As you can see, got some pretty low views, very hazy. The trail is actually right there. But there's this little stand down here. They sell drinks, ice cream, snacks. So I'm gonna go check it out, see what it is. Had a good stay last night. I didn't get as much sleep as I wanted. That hotel was definitely next to a busier road, but that's okay. We are a little bit closer than I thought. I'm gonna push to get to this cabin by the pond. It's got bunks that you can stay in for free, or you can tent, but it's by a pond. You can go swimming in it. It's still about 10 miles away, I think. But anyway, that's what we're pushing for today. Got all the videos uploaded that were the past few days, Connecticut and the first part of Massachusetts yesterday. So today we're just pushing back along through Massachusetts. Massachusetts is not a very long state, again, on the AT. Kind of like New York was, I guess. It's longer than Connecticut was. So I don't know, Massachusetts, we'll see. Try to get pushed to be in Vermont maybe by Sunday. Maybe sooner, I don't know. We'll see how the train is, but we'll see. I haven't really looked at it a lot. I almost took a zero today. Yesterday wasn't much of a Nero. I mean, it was still 13 miles, I think, maybe 14. But I had to do laundry and all, but I'm tired. Like, I haven't taken a 0 day since Pennsylvania. But the hotel wanted more money. I figured if I came out here and just didn't do as many miles today, maybe only like 12 or 13, however far left I have to get to that cabin, then that would be better. Just do less miles on days like I'm tired and not push myself too hard. Try to limit those zeros. Like I said, I haven't had one since Pennsylvania. So, few hundred miles, like, I don't know, maybe 300 miles or so back, which is definitely a stretch for me. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go check out the stand. There's a couple hikers already there. They look like they're southbounders, so see what's going on, and we'll get back to you in a bit, guys. All right. Came out of the woods there, walking through this little grassy area. There's another hiker up there. It's all these little boardwalks. Nice little mountains. I'm almost regretting not staying another night at a hotel. Just really tired, really worn out. I ran into some southbounders. One of the places I was looking at camping, he said there's a bunch of people going there who were already there, and they were planning on staying. So up here is a major main road. I'm gonna stop and because I just ran into them. And look at my map, see what my other options are. So, but nice little views. Nice little walk. It's a little warm though. I'm gonna have to do a tick check when I get done through all this. So, all right, guys, I'll catch up with you in a bit.
Got it down?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Good morning. Welcome to 129 days on the Appalachian Trail. Didn't get a lot yesterday. Didn't get a lot of miles. I think we only did like 7. I'd mentioned I thought about staying in town an extra night, but the hotel was pretty much booked for the next night. I noticed a lot of workers stay there, guys from out of town working. So anyway, went back on trail. I don't know. Maybe I got more than 7, but got dropped back off where I'd gotten picked up at. It was a little bit past the town, and ended up going getting a ride into the next town after I was on trail for a few hours. Like I said, I got some miles in, but fell short of it's like Goose Pond or something like that. I'm actually headed now to the Upper Goose Pond cabin. I ran into 2 southbound hikers yesterday, and they told me that place, that a lot of hikers were there. So I'm hoping today it won't be busy. Maybe I'm hoping they moved on. If not, then I'm not going to stay there. I'll push on to either the shelter or there is the Massachusetts, the original cookie lady, that I could stay there. But I have a feeling that group's going to be heading that way. So I'm trying to stay behind that group. I don't want to be stuck in a bubble around a bunch of people. One, that's how people get sick, and 2, just makes it that much harder when you're trying to stay at certain places. So anyway, just been back on trail this morning. So yeah, as far as yesterday goes, there was not a lot of footage at all. So this will be a combined day. But anyway, guys, not every day can be long, filled with videos and all. I was just so worn out. My body's just tired. Mentally, I was fine. It's just the more physical, I haven't had a full day off since I last met my parents in Pennsylvania. So, that was a couple, like 300 miles ago. So I'm definitely feeling it. Needed a little bit extra rest. So I'm trying to learn to listen to my body. My body tells me it needs a break. Give it a break. And not try to push so much. We're making better time than I thought. So I got to remember that. And even today, if the lake, if the cabin, or they call it a pond, it's like the size of a lake. If the cabin where hikers can stay for free, if it's not too crowded, I'm probably gonna stop early today and stay there. Do some swimming. It seems like a nice enough day for it. We're supposed to get showers later on in the day, but I don't think we will. Who knows? But, I think it's important for me to remember, because I remember my buddy Charles, who did this a couple years ago. When I was talking to him about doing it, he told me when you get further north, to take the time to enjoy nature, take the time to enjoy the lakes, the ponds, because you get so focused on miles and finishing that you neglect some of the other beautiful things out here, and you don't want to regret things when you get done with this trip if you can help it. So I think that's the important thing, is for me to make sure I take that time to remind myself while I'm doing this, and enjoy myself. I mean, it doesn't need to be like a 7-day-a-week job, where I got to come out and grind every day. I mean, yeah, I still have to get miles in, but I'm ahead of schedule, so I can enjoy some of these little side quests, like staying at a lake and maybe going canoeing or fishing or just swimming in the pond, whatever it might be. So that's what I'm trying to remind myself now. Every day doesn't have to be a big day. I was talking to my dad and mom last night, and they said the same thing. Sure, you can have deadlines, but you also gotta, not every day is gonna be a huge day. So that's where we're at today. To get to that cabin, I think it's Upper Goose Cabin, something like that. It's only like 6 miles left of the day, which would put me there just a little after lunch. So, I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna go by there, see how it is. If it's not too crowded and busy, we'll probably stay. If it's super crowded, we might have to leave. I don't know. We'll just play it by ear and see. But anyway, so that's our plan for today. I don't think we have a lot. I mean, Massachusetts wasn't a big state. So I think there's like 60 miles maybe left. Somewhere around there. So we're looking at, I don't know if that's including today's miles or not. I'd have to sit down and look at it, but we'll say 60 miles. I mean, we're looking at maybe Sunday hitting Vermont. I doubt it'll be sooner, but I would say Sunday or Monday we should be hitting Vermont. So that'll be cool. That'll leave 3 states left. Vermont, well, even coming up ahead, I'll hit Mount Greylock in Massachusetts. Not long after Mount Greylock is when I hit Vermont. So start hitting those bigger elevations though, guys. We're gonna start hitting those 4,000 footers again. We haven't had that in a while, so that's the other reason why I don't want to dilly-dally too long in certain areas, because I know once I hit later parts of Vermont and New Hampshire, we're gonna slow down, because it's gonna be a lot more climbing for a lot higher, and it's gonna be rough. So, all right. I'm kind of glad I was in a spot. It was a beautiful forest, like an old forest. Reminded me of, like I say, parts of the Smokies. The pine needles everywhere on the floor, and just really, really nice. But I didn't hear any birds there. It was really weird. Like now you can hear them. And you can see the bugs flying around me. But anyway, yeah, I didn't hear the birds. I was getting a little concerned there. But all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get back to hiking, and we're gonna hopefully, I think we have another pond coming up here shortly. So we might take a break up there. But I'll get with you guys here in a little bit. See ya. Good morning again. Just a little bit further down the trail, making our way to that cabin up by the pond. So just got off the phone with Annette. For anybody who doesn't know, she's the owner of Frank's Place in Ormond by the Sea, the bar that I work at. She has been holding on to some shoes that people have graciously bought for me while I've been out here. I did take a pair back when I came back 4th of July to visit. It's crazy though to think, I was telling her that pair of shoes that I brought back was a fresh pair of shoes, already has almost 500 miles on them. That's insane, guys, that we've put in that many miles since we've been back. So what I talked with my parents last night, and they are going to be staying in a town in Maine. So we're getting I'm getting my cousin, she is shipping it today, the rest of my cold weather stuff that I gave her to hold on to. She's going to ship that to my parents at this campground in Maine, where they're going to be staying in their RV. And that's going to ship out a pair of shoes to also arrive there. That way, when I get out of Vermont and I hit New Hampshire, my parents are going to meet up with me in one of the towns before I hit the presidential range and the whites. That way I can get all my stuff back, because, I'm going to start getting cooler temperatures up there in those higher elevations. So I definitely need my quilt back. The main two things I want are my quilt and my puffy jacket. Although it's going to be like wearing a muumuu, because I have lost quite a bit of weight. I haven't worn it since I've lost all the weight, so I can only imagine how big that thing. It was already big to begin with. So yeah, but I want to get that and my quilt back. I'm definitely going to need the quilt once I hit up the whites in New Hampshire. So that's the game plan. Got to talk to her for a while, just about how things have been going and, possible end dates. I know a lot of people are anticipating and ready for my return, I guess. And a large part of me is as well. I want to get back to work, start really saving money. And I want to, my next phase, especially now that prices have been slowly coming down, still waiting for interest rates to come down. I haven't checked those in a while, but my next big goal is to buy a house. So I definitely just need to save up more money and gotta get a job or start working to do that. So I know one of the bartenders that's newer at Frank's. She's been covering a lot of the shifts, and she's been, there's a little chipmunk. He was so fast. But I know she's getting burnt out. I was talking to Annette about that. And so, when I go back, I'll have some shifts and I'll be able to start working to save money, and then it'll also buy me some time to, figure out exactly what's next. So that's good. I also have the possibility to apply back at Kingspan if they have any positions open there. I haven't looked because no sense of me applying just yet. Probably be something I'll do once I get a little further into New Hampshire. So that way, we'll just see timing wise what happens. But it's kind of hard to, do any interviews or anything like that when you're out here in the woods, in the wilderness. I have like one bar of service right now, and it keeps going in and out because, as you see, I am definitely in the woods, guys. There ain't nothing around. Now in another 7 miles, I'll be crossing an interstate. That's just how it is. But for now, this is what we got. So anyway, definitely some options. It's something I know people want to say, oh, stay focused on your trip. Trust me, guys, I'm definitely focused on my trip. But I'm also a realist and know that once I'm done and I summit, we got to have a plan. So there's nothing wrong with starting to generate ideas and start to plan now with what we plan to do once we get back. Like I said before, I had talked for years and years and years about wanting to buy a property in the mountains and all, and I don't know. I don't know that I want to do that now. I have a very deep love for these mountains and a very huge, deep respect for them and for the people that live here, but I just don't know. So I think, I knew I wouldn't find all the answers, and I still got, 600 miles or so to go. Maybe I'll find some answers then, but I knew coming out I wouldn't get the answers to everything. Oh, there's another little chipmunk. Look how cute he is. What's up, little guy? Man, they're fast. So, all right, guys. I'm gonna get off here. Keep getting this hike in and get to this cabin. Clouds are starting to roll in, so I can't check the weather. I don't have enough service. So hopefully it holds off. But at least I'll have a covered area to hang out in and not be completely soaked once I get there. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you in a bit. All right, not sure what's going on with my phone with this little streak right here. I gotta finish taking the rest of that cover off of it. But anyway, walking next to Goose Pond, I guess it is. This is where that cabin is up ahead that I'm gonna look at and stay. It's basically like a little bunkhouse. No electric or anything, but they have bunk beds. But you can camp there. So I might just set up my tent. I was waiting to see what the weather was gonna do. But it doesn't seem like we're gonna get any rain today, so I'd probably rather just be able to set up my tent so I can keep the flaps open and get a nice little breeze tonight off this pond. So yeah, I think we got about a little less than a mile to get there. And then maybe take a little dip in this bad boy. It's looking pretty refreshing. Get our stuff set up and enjoy the rest of our day. It'll be an earlier day. It's almost 3 o'clock. So that'll be nice to finish a little early and relax some. So we can get up early tomorrow morning and start cranking out those miles again. So, all right, guys. I'll get back with you when I get to camp. Well, guys, made it to the lake. As you see, here's the dock. You got some people out there fishing. They do have a island you can canoe out to. Pretty clear water. Pretty darn clear water. A little foamy. Don't necessarily want to drink it, but might go in. I don't know, we'll see. She did ask me to bring some spring water up. So, but it's gorgeous out here.